In the end, I just think, well, maybe we shouldn't do anything. Really, I mean, that's the easiest thing would just to be to sit at home and not try and do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because that's the situation. You can create some money, then you got the problem of who to give it to. If you can give it to somebody, then you have to worry about if they're going to get it. And like it's the same with the record. All these musicians came. Some of them flew thousands of miles, didn't get paid for anything. Yeah. They came and did the show, all out of the kindness of their hearts. Then I spent a month with Phil Spector, produced the record, in a studio till like 7 in the morning, making this record, getting the package together, and we get that ready. We give it to the record company, and they say, "Now, how much are we going to make?" So, no, you don't make anything. We make it. It's for the refugees, and they say, well, they don't want to do it for cost. We want them to do it for what it costs to manufacture. Actually, we've paid the cost so far. Yeah. Our company's paid for all the boxes, millions of boxes and things, books that go with it. Then we give it to them on a plate, and they want more money. And it's really not on, It's really unfair. But
what about Apple? Well,
Apple, that's our company. We've paid... So far, all the costs to make the record, to make the box, make the package, all the expense involved in the show. And then Capital, whose Apple has a contract with to distribute. They just have this distribution deal. So we're giving it to them saying, aren't you lucky, you're the company who's going to distribute this wonderful record. And they say, no, we want this money, that's not enough, we want that. And because they've lost so much bread, they just really lost, and they kicked all the staff out, fired everybody, brought in a new guy who was working in England. He was really from India, good old Bhaskar Menon. And Bhaskar happens to be from India, and I thought really at first he was really into the whole idea of it. But, it's just been held up. This record should have been out a month ago, really. But now, we still haven't solve the problem.
It will come out.
But we got Dylan, Dylan is CBS, and they're cool about it. And we've got Shelter and Elektra and all different record companies have all said, okay, right, put it out. And the problem is with our distributor.
You'll get it out then.
We'll get it out. Yeah. I mean, I'll just put it out with CBS and let Bhaskar have to sue me. Bhaskar Menon. We're going to play the Sue Me, Sue You
blues. That's right,
blues.
Bhaskar, sue him.
Sue me, Bhaskar.
Let me ask you, this tremendous... George, television in America isn't as mature as it is in England.
No, it's very good in England, of course.
Another one of those little messages. We'll be back right after this one. This is Ravi Shankar. This is George Harrison. Before you came out, George was saying, I don't know if you could hear it back there because you were sitting in place, that people often think that there must be an intimate connection between Indian music and drugs, maybe because of the bizarre sound, and that to play that way, or to appreciate it at least, there should be a drug connection. He said that that's not wrong.
I'm sure you call him bizarre, Dick.
Yes, I object to that word bizarre.
Oh, I meant B-A-Z-A-A-R, the other... no, wait a minute. There's no way I can get out of this. To Western ears, the unusual sound might suggest some sort of chemical intoxication.
No, I don't think it doesn't suggest anything. It has been somehow established from the very beginning. And I'm not blaming George, but, somehow because of him, the sitar became really popular among the young people and among many rock groups. And it was because of the association of those rock groups, you see. The kids took it for granted from the very beginning that, it's something like rock music.
Yeah.
See? And then there happened to be people like Timothy Leary and Allen Ginsberg, who somehow also established that Indian music is associated with drugs and things like that. So it all connected, and that's how it came. That's why you see some of these films, when they show any scene with an orgy or some,
pot party,
you hear this bizarre sound of sitar, which is bizarre because...
to the Western ear.
Yeah.
How do we get George to perform again someday?
How do you mean?
You will
Perform
be.
what?
Well, I mean, no, he's not going to. There's no time to.
Perform
You'll
what?
be appearing in public. Perform the act of music.
Oh, well, that's easy, you know.
Yeah. When you get everything arranged, would you ever consider?
If I ever get a minute free, I may just do that. I'm
Well,
too busy working.
Yeah. Really, what's keeping you too busy?
All this editing films and...
Everybody ends up editing film. Whatever else they started out as, they all end up editing film.
Yes.
Have you noticed that? We have a message. We'll be back. Come here. I know that neither of you likes to hustle things, so I'll just point out that the Bangladesh concert is on record, and so is your concerto with record with Andre Previn, and Raga is also on. There is a soundtrack album. This time has really flown. Oh.
Hold on, let's see.
Can you get a good shot of those?
Good shot, Raga. Don't
Well,
forget, at
after-
your record stores
After
now.
what you said about the Lennons, well,
I learn a lot of things from the Lennons.
I think. I wish we had more time. Good night.